guys, Aaron Paoletta with the Cigar Lounge, Cigar Talk Show here, and today we have a special episode for you. We are out at Billy's Bog. Mr. K owns all this conservation land, and he was kind enough to let us shoot this episode today, but this episode is special. Obviously, we're not in the studio, and we're not in Harrisburg or anywhere else that we go. Today's episode is Shotguns and Cigars.
Say until I know heart, I am mine own redeemer.
Hey guys, and welcome to the cigar table. I already did the entrance for out front. We are at Billy's Bog here today. You actually have permission from Mr. K to hunt down here.
I'm the only one that is allowed to hunt down here.
Because he takes care of the grounds.
Yep.
So we are on location today. If we do have any sound issues, please bear with us. This is a whole new setup that we're using specifically to be on location. And it is a little windy down in this area that we're at. And this guy never actually speaks up, so you need to...
Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, he can hear you. So today, happy Fuente Friday, everybody. It is Friday. We do love the Fuentes. And today I'm already pre-lit, and so is he. I'm smoking the new blend of the Arturo Fuente Rare Pink, which is the 1960 Signature Series. And I gotta say, and I really hate to say this, about Fuente, because I love Fuente. Please let this blend finish better than last year's. The Happy Ending blend I was not a fan of at all. What are you smoking?
I am smoking the Arturo Fuente Curly Head Deluxe. A friend of mine gave it to me and told me to check it out, and so far I'm really liking this stick. I haven't seen one of these in the stores though.
I've never seen that. I mean, when you first told me about it, I was like, what, are you making this shit up? Because I don't remember ever seeing that Fuente.
Yeah, me either. And
I mean, find out where he got it from, because I would love to actually try that.
yeah, me too. I think I would like to get some more of them, because it's a damn good stick.
So far?
Mm-hmm.
So far, this pink is not hitting as hard as the last year's blend, the 2021. What the fuck year are we in? 2020?
22.
Okay, so so the 2021 blend, it hit a little harder from the start. I just like halfway through the cigar till the end, I was just not a fan of. A lot of hype for that blend and just wasn't good. This one, on the other hand, it's starting off a little on the mild side, but it's got some damn good flavor to it. Did you watch the new episode, the latest episode?
Not yet.
Okay, so we were in Harrisburg, and we had the honor of being able to interview Greg Zimmerman, who is president of the PCA, the Premium Cigar Association, and what a fantastic guy. And that guy, he actually told me, and I don't remember if it was on camera or off camera, because we talked for quite a bit afterwards. He just very active in politics, and he fights for the cigar industry, and he does a damn good job. So
yeah, the cigar industry, I've noticed even over the last few years, the community's gotten bigger from what I've noticed from when I started smoking, or more enjoying than smoking, because cigars are for enjoying.
That's right.
And it's just, I'm glad that there are people out there like him that fight for us to be able to enjoy these as easily as we do. Yeah,
I mean, the cigar industry is constantly under attack. It does drive me nuts, and that's one of the things that he commented on. This isn't cigarettes. All the chemicals aren't in here, and it's, they've been constantly trying to find and do studies to link various cancers and illnesses to cigars, and you just can't do it because it's leaves. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not harmful. You smoke 7 a day and breathe them all in. I mean, of course, that's very harmful, but,
yeah.
I mean, it has nicotine, but it has natural nicotine. Yeah. There's no added nicotine, no pharmaceutical,
chemicals to make them all taste the same.
It's natural. But anyway, so he fights for us. Great guy. His entire staff was just fantastic. Evan ended up buying a pipe, and I don't know if you wanted Cassandra to know, but she's going to know if she watches this. But ended up buying a pipe and some tobacco, and Jim was very helpful on that. Barry was cool, and because when we walked in with with all of our stuff, and you know how we travel with the big bags. And I asked the guy, and I didn't know his name at the time. His name is Barry, and I said, hey, here's who I am. This is what we do. Any chance we can film in here? He's like, well, let me call the boss. He calls the boss. We get all our stuff set up to sit down and get ready to light up. And he goes, hey, you guys are good to go. I says, okay, I want to walk through. I want to check everything out to make sure that I know what you got so I know what I'm going to say. like 30 seconds before Evan turns the camera on, he goes, "Why'd you guys choose this shop?" I said, "Well, we found it 3 months ago. This looked like the best one." And he goes, "So you don't know who owns it?" And I said, "I have no idea." And he goes, "Greg Zimmerman owns it." I'm like, "PCA president Greg Zimmerman?" And he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh shit." Like, you couldn't tell me that after we were done filming.
Yeah, right?
So it was good though. It was good. I was actually honored that we stumbled, I mean, out of all the places you could go, we stumbled into his shop.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place to start, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it was fantastic, very comfortable. Love the Rocky Patel leather chairs they had in there. The collection of humidors and ST DuPont lighters and cutters. And I've never seen a Rocky Patel selection of lighters and cutters so big. I mean, it was one of those, you know, those quad, whatever they are, and you can turn them just filled from top to bottom. The selection of cigars they had. Wait, why am I telling you? Go watch the episode. Jesus, I'm not going to sit here the whole episode and say that. What I want to get to, because this is a special episode, is today is Shotguns and Cigars. So we have some of our guns down here. Not all of them, but some of them. Why don't you go ahead and say what you have, and then I'll get into what I have, because I love my cigar, but I kind of want to shoot a little bit today.
Yeah, I would love to shoot also. I mean, that's what I'm looking for mostly today. I brought 2 pumps. They're both Mossberg 500s. The one I use mainly for like pheasant, turkey. It's my 12 gauge Mossberg 500. It's a good all-around gun. Parts for them are available everywhere.
He says 12 gauge?
Yes, sir.
What's it chambered? 2 3/4, 3?
All the way up to 3.5.
Oh, 3.5. Jesus, I never got anything that big.
I've never had to use 3.5, but it's nice to know that I can if I need to.
Right.
But I mean,
And just for the viewers out there that don't actually know about guns, 3.5 is how long the cartridge can be. Most of them are around 2 3/4 to 3. That's pretty standard. But if it can go up to 3.5, damn. What are you shooting?
honestly,
Moose?
I don't know. Yeah, just regular bird shot.
No, I mean, like, what are you going to shoot with a 3.5? A moose?
Oh,
Pumpkin slug?
bear around here.
Yeah, black bear.
Yeah.
And then the other one? I
What's
noticed
that?
it had a pink strap on it. I'm
Yeah.
going to assume that's not yours.
No, it's not. I got that one from my wife. It's a Youth 20 gauge Mossberg 500.
20, that's hard to find. That ammo's hard to find right now.
Yeah, it's it's around, depends on where you go. I'm not sure. I think it goes up to 3-inch.
That's as far as that one, the youth
Yeah,
one goes.
Yeah, and I like shooting that one for when we're out shooting. It doesn't punch you in the shoulder as much. But yeah, I just brought my simple stuff. I have some other ones that I don't shoot too often.
I brought with me today, I call it my goose gun, because it's about 10 feet tall. It's my Winchester 1400. It is a 12 gauge, semi-auto. It's got a 27.5-inch barrel on it. It is chambered for 2 3/4. I also brought my baby one, which is one of my favorites. It's my Rossi with the revolver, the 410. I just love that damn thing. You can shoot 45 long colt out of it, and I have it, and I'm telling you right now, it's a waste of ammo. Don't waste your money. I did get a new one, so when you and I talked about doing this episode, I went out yesterday and I bought another gun, and I went down to Outlet Firearms in Grove City, PA, and the owner, Matthew, actually hooked me up with a damn good price, and I got 250 rounds of 12 gauge ammo for a damn good price. So if you guys are ever in the Grove City, Pennsylvania area, go down there.
You hear the coyotes?
I do hear the coyotes. They won't because of these lights, but yeah, we can hear them. But no, he gave me a hell of a deal on it. But anyway, it's a American Tactical Import Calvary SXE, and it's the over-under. I was looking for a side-by-side. I used to have a side-by-side.
Those are hard to find anymore.
Side-by-sides are very difficult to find. They're just, to me, they're old school. They're gentlemanly. They're classics. Like something, if you went out with one of those, what the hell's that, trilby hat, like the old English people would wear, and the 3-piece suit, and I would expect you to have a side-by-side on you with your hounds and smoking your pipes. but you just can't find them. But they do shoot fantastic. So today shooting that's going to be interesting because I've never actually shot an over under. Side by sides is all I've ever messed with. How's that treating you?
It's delicious, actually.
For something you've never heard, that I've never heard of.
It's delicious. Still your
Why
lighter.
you keep stealing my shit?
Yeah, because mine's in the truck.
So in my camera, you'll see this big behemoth. That's because he's short-statured. So
You gotta overcompensate for something.
I don't want to know.
No, yeah.
I just don't want to know.
I do a lot of off-roading and hunting, and, well, it does everything I need it to, so.
Well, long as it does, that's all that matters.
I haven't shot skeet in a good long while, so this is going to be a very interesting evening.
I mean, I'm excited for it. It's been a long time since I did trap and skeet, so get a little bit of footage of us doing it, but I don't really care too much. Like I said, cigars and shotguns. That's what we wanted to do today. I think doing this. I think next time we do an episode like this, I really would like to get a whole group of people out here. I think it would be fun.
Absolutely.
But as a test run episode, it's just going to be us two ninnies and the one you can't see behind the camera.
We're going to get him to shoot a shotgun for the first time.
Yeah, a gun. And you never shot a gun, period? Evan? Never shot a gun at all.
Well, I guess shotguns is the best way to start.
I would agree with that. I love shotgun. I always give people shotguns.
Maybe a 22 would be a good rifled style. Can't even consider it really a rifle, but.
So, side note, we did talk about going out to Harrisburg. We're actually going to be in the Tampa area. What was it, February 7th through the 11th?
Yeah.
We're going down to Ybor City. We're going down to see the Newman factory. I would like to shoot some episodes down there. If you're in that area and want to be a special guest, reach out to us. The email will go on the screen. Just reach out, put in the subject bar, special guest. We would love to meet other people when we go out there. I mean, we're always meeting people, but we'd love to have a special guest on an episode down in Florida, especially in the cigar capital, Ybor City. So if you are down in that area and want to do it, email us. We would love to have you on.
Absolutely.
Where else are we going? Oh, my old stomping grounds.
Yeah,
we're going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, we're talking about a Las Vegas trip.
Yeah, end of March. I don't know what dates yet, but I know quite a few people out there still live there a long time. So again, if you want to be on that episode as a special guest or know of any cigar shops that we should go to, which I already know the cigar shops, but if you do and you want to get on it, also email us. We would love to have you on.
Absolutely.
So before we get to our shotguns portion of this, this is a very mild blend. Still.
And you're not too much into mild.
No, I'm not. Especially this late in the afternoon, I want something with a kick to it. The blend itself is a little bit better than last year's blend. But so far, nothing that's really wowing me. I mean, most of the entire Opus line wows me more than this. But we'll see where it ends. How about you still? Would you buy those again?
Absolutely. Actually, I might try to find a box of these.
Well, that is the thing. I mean, you know, when we find stuff that we like, we try to definitely buy it by the box. I mean, that's what I do anyway.
Yeah, I would definitely. This is a great stick.
Well, I need to. Who gave that to you anyway?
My cousin Josh, actually. He's not a big cigar smoker, but he knows I do. And when he comes across something he's never heard of, or somebody suggests something, he picks it up for me.
Well, good. Find out where the hell he got them from. Let's go get some more of those.
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to try that. You got anything else? I mean,
Let's shoot some
I want to go shoot some shit.
Yeah.
Evan, do you want to shoot some shit? We want to shoot some shit. Thank you. We're going to shoot some shit.
Absolutely.
guys, we hope you enjoyed the episode of Shotguns and Cigars. And although the three of us had a fantastic time shooting, we also put a lot of rounds through these guns. So the most important thing after you're done is to make sure that your guns are well cleaned, oiled, and ready to go back into your gun safe. The worst thing you could do to your firearm is put it away dirty. All that excess gunpowder and soot and whatever else will gunk up inside that barrel will start to clog things. It'll start to wear down your springs, make your springs real tight, and it's just gonna be bad news for your gun. So we wanna treat these guns with the most care possible. So we're actually in my shop right now. We're gonna head over to the bench and I'll talk about some of the products that I use personally to clean these guns. And for those of you who don't know how to clean any of your guns, or maybe you're new into guns, this will hopefully help you out. But let's go over to the bench. Okay guys, we're over here at my workbench, and so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna get all of our cleaning supplies ready to go. Now, I like to have out my rag that I'm gonna use, my magnifying glass because I wanna use this to check inside of the chamber. I've got a can of WD-40, I've got a can of canned air, and I also have the liquid gold, and this is for the wood stocks. Now I have my cleaning rod, and on the end, if you actually notice, we'll do it in here. If you actually notice, this will twist. So what happens is when you're going to clean this and you put your wire brush down through there and your cleaning cloth, if there's any rifling that's inside the barrel, it's not going to scratch it up because this will actually rotate with the twist of the barrel. So because I'm cleaning a shotgun today, I have this extended. There's 3 pieces to this, and each one of these brushes and cleaning rags also have the gauge of which it is. So I have the 12 gauge wire brush in it. I also have the adapter to go inside. I also have rem oil, my cleaning pad, and a few Q-tips. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my gloves on. No reason in particular other than I don't want to have to clean all the jewelry that I leave on my hands. So, get my gloves. Now we're ready to take one of the shotguns that I used yesterday. Now, I've already verified that this gun is in fact empty, but we're gonna do it again. The gun is in fact empty. So we're gonna put this into this Tippmann press here. Now this is actually my favorite cleaning press that I've ever used. So here's how this cleaning press works. I have the backrest set, so once I get that into place, I tighten it down. I have this riser set, and that puts me in right up here. So what I want to do is I just want to tighten these two just until it hits the barrel, and then I want to press this down, and this will firmly hold this barrel in place. So now the gun is at a nice rest and won't go anywhere. This will make my cleaning a hell of a lot easier. Okay, that being said, now we're gonna get started. So the first thing that I do, and I only use WD-40 for the initial clean of the barrel. Main reason, I feel like if I let it sit in there too long, it'll start to eat away at the metal, so I don't like to do that. So the first thing I'll do is I'm just gonna shoot a little bit down into both barrels here, and holding where it spins, this end piece, I'm going to start this off, go all the way down the barrel. It'll naturally twist and then bring it all the way back out. And I will do that a couple times. This also pushes all the WD-40 around. And if you do have any rifling in the barrel, which I don't in this one because this is not a rifled shotgun barrel, that'll actually clean all the grooves. So this is in fact the first step. Now all the way down and back, you don't want to actually leave this in there too long, because what will happen is you'll end up scraping it. You'll end up scraping the inside of your barrel. Now, once that's done, I want to wipe this down and get any gunk off of it. And now I'm going to take the cleaner, or excuse me, the wire brush is going to come off, and I'm going to put on the cleaning brush. Once the cleaning brush is on, same thing. I'm going to go all the way down the barrel. Oh, that's a tight one there. And push out the other end. Now, because of how tight that is, I'm not gonna bother bringing that back. So I'm gonna loosen this tighten rod, or excuse me, loosen the rod here. Very gently bring this back out. I'm gonna put this back on, and I'm gonna do the bottom barrel. Now you wanna have your other hand right up here guiding, because we do not want to bend the rod itself and potentially get it stuck inside your barrel, which I have seen somebody do, ironically enough. Now that that's done, we're gonna put these off to the side here, and I'm gonna take my magnifying glass, and I just wanna look down inside, because there is some gunk that gets caught down inside there, especially on a rifle. If you have the chamber, it'll get caught in there, and I wanna just check out and make sure that I've got everything here. So, I do see a little bit of gunk. Now, I'm at the point where I'm using my rem oil. And that's hard to do with gloves on. So let me just get something real quick here to get this popped up. There we go. So, put a little bit of rem oil on my Q-tip, and I just want to go down the inside of this chamber here and make sure that I did in fact get everything out. And I want to clean down inside of every nook and cranny that I could possibly find. And as you can see, I'll pick a camera here, it is still pretty dirty. And I'm just going to continue to do this throughout the process of the cleaning to make sure that I in fact get as much of this dirt and debris out as possible. Same thing, top and bottom barrel. Now, the bottom barrel wasn't so bad, but the top one was. So, I'm gonna take this, I just wanna get down in here as much as I can. Now, it's very important that when you're doing this, all these movable parts, we apply a little bit of rem oil to. And just a little bit. I just want to make sure that everything is well lubed. Now, we have everything well lubed, everything's clean. What I'm in fact going to do now is take a bore light that I have, and I'm going to take a gander down this barrel. That's pretty clean. Ooh, that's also pretty clean down inside. And there's still some gunk down in here. So now, I'm just going to take my Q-tip. I'm going to go down inside here a little bit more and try to get out as much of that as I possibly can. Now that the gun itself is clean, I like to personally use a little bit of Remington oil on the barrel. I wear gloves because I have my jewelry, but I also don't like putting fingerprints on my barrel. So at the very end of it all, I will take a clean cloth, not this one, and what I'll do is I'll put a little rem oil on it and I'll run it up and down the barrel, make sure I put a nice little coating, and this also helps to prevent rust. Now, before I'm finished, I also take this liquid gold here, and this is specifically for wood, and I use this on the stocks. The last thing I'll do after I've got everything done here, right before I call it a day, is I want to give this a hit of some compressed air. And I want to check it one more time with my bore light to make sure that everything is in fact clean. Being that it's clean, we're going to loosen these two. We're going to open the press itself so it's nice and ready. Now we're going to loosen this center post. Take the gun off. I'm going to close this gun, and what I do now is slide this up, and now I'm going to be able to clean the stock itself. So I will take this liquid gold. And we're going to wipe down the stock itself. And as you can see, it gives that wood a nice little shine, as well as the front here. Now, with a different rag, what we're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to put a little bit of rem oil on here. And now I'm going to hit the barrel itself. And you don't need a lot of rem oil when you go to do this. We just want just enough to give a nice coating to this barrel and give this whole thing one good wipe down. You see how much dirt came off of that. Now, our gun is clean, ready to go. Under closer inspection, with our bore light, we'll see, in fact, that there's just a little bit of dirt up here at the top. She's ready to go back into the safe. Hope you all enjoyed this segment. If you have any questions or you want to be a part of any future episode, the email is on the screen. We would love to have you guys on. Enjoy your smokes.